What is up, everyone? Hope you're having a blessed day today. Thank you for tuning in. And this person writes, is this real? So I've been diving into Christianity and recently I've started praying. As an atheist, I think I'm not sure what to believe anymore because it seems when I pray, I feel so much better. I feel a warmth, but also a freshness inside me. And I feel like all the weight of my body has been lifted. My atheist way of thinking makes me think that maybe I'm just convincing myself, but I don't know. I came into Christian theology and as an atheist, and now I'm starting to pray, read the Bible, even went to church, and I feel so much better than I did 6 months ago. Is this really God connecting with me, or am I delusional? Great topic to talk on. I think this is so real for so many people, especially when they're first starting out on their journey. Because there is, the placebo effect is real in medicine. They have to account for the placebo effect because if you just give someone a pill that has nothing in it, it can sometimes relieve their headaches. It can sometimes make their back feel better and just have like astonishing effects. Is that our body working with us? Is that God? Is that just another name for God? Is just the belief, the faith that, things will work. Does that help heal your body somewhat? I'm not sure, but the placebo effect is real. But I personally think that it's like one and the same. You convincing yourself and going down this road is what you were supposed to do in a way. And you're like making yourself proud. Like deep down, I feel like this person knew that they were eventually going to go on this journey, like as an atheist, I feel like they knew that they were the type of person that was going to go on this journey. They just maybe were like, not right now, maybe next week or next year kind of thing, right? And I feel like once they did what they deep down knew they wanted to do or they were eventually going to do, they started to feel good about themselves. They started to make themselves proud by doing this, by going to church, by praying, by reading the Bible. I think deep down inside they were like making themselves happy, making themselves proud by doing what was God's plan for them. They are kind of just aligning themselves with what he had destined for them in a way. So in some ways when you can just really live out your full potential and be the best version of yourself and do, God's work and spread the message and like just pray and uplift yourself to this beautiful place, I think you're like that would make you feel so much better. And it's hard to say like what is God's plan and what is my plan because I think the two are like synonymous. When you're truly the best version of yourself, you're doing all the principles that God wants you to do. You're taking care of your temple, you're out in the world spreading positivity, successful. Like God wants all these things for you. I don't think like your plan and God's plan are necessarily any different. It's just when we have a lower version of our plan, when our plan isn't, filled with integrity, isn't filled with uh, compassion and um, reciprocity and just, giving and love and like all these qualities that God wants for you. I think when we have like this low resolution version of ourselves, where we're not taking care of our temple, we're filling it full of like toxic food, like it's crazy how much we're learning that the food, like junk food that we always call junk food, isn't just like bad for you on like a calorie and sugar level. It's like toxic and filled with additives that aren't even allowed in other countries. Other countries don't allow the additives. It's illegal for them to add the additives that we have in so many of the foods we grew up eating. It's really disheartening and stuff like that. So if you can just like take care of your temple, you're very successful. And like when we're not living our highest version of ourselves, that's not God's plan. God wants you to be like taking care of your temple, to like be spreading love, to be joyous, to be happy and all these things. And I think like deep down inside, that's what most people want for themselves. I think what God wants for you is deep down inside what most people want for themselves too. They're just sometimes so traumatized. They're sometimes so fearful. They're sometimes all these things that they can't even say that's what they want for themselves. They're so afraid they're going to fail. They have so little faith that God will deliver them a better life by pursuing these things that they completely reject these notions, and they're like, I don't want to be healthy and in good shape. I don't want to have a successful career where I'm out in the world. Yuck. I don't like people. I want to just stay at home, kind of thing, hiding from the world, hiding from the light, hiding from doing God's work, which is out in the world, sharing, spreading, expanding love and positivity. Like I feel like that's really when you're out there, you'll feel good, you'll look good. It's like everything will be phenomenal if you're truly walking God's plan. I think it's all positives, and this person's starting to walk down God's plan for them, and they're feeling the benefits, and they're like, "Is this in my head?" Because like they're like, "I'm doing this for me," But at the same time, like you're also doing it for God, and I think it's like, no, I'm sorry, they had it reversed. They were like, I'm becoming religious, but it's making me feel better. Is this real? But I feel like this is what you wanted. What you wanted is this, and now you feel proud of yourself for doing this thing you've been avoiding. You've been like hiding under a rock in a way, trying to stay away from God's light. And now that you're coming out of the under the rock, putting yourself out there, reading the Bible, praying, doing like the whole thing, it just you're making yourself proud, and you're like, that's what you're making God proud. You're making yourself proud. Like you're doing God's work, and that's a powerful thing that I feel like you are rewarding yourself internally. Like there's no better feeling than not doing the things you regret. Like if you could just do, say you're drinking right now, if you were to like and you regret it, if you were to stop doing that, you could say it's in the name of God, and maybe it is for God, and that's a great tool to stop the negativity, right? But you will just feel better because you're making yourself proud. You knew you need to quit drinking so much, and you did stop drinking so much, and you're proud, and you'd be like, wow, is this God's work? I think it's hand in hand. I think you're making yourself proud, and I think you're making God proud. And when you're truly your highest level of yourself, it's like one and the same. The thing that's you want to do is actually the thing God wants you to do too, because you are going through life excited, passionate, with integrity. I feel like that's so much of what God wants for people, is to just be passionate and exciting and outside, being expansive, in the light, helping people, healthy, the best version of yourself, spreading love, spreading positivity, even when people come at you with negativity, being like, no, 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 it's not about that. Don't be spreading love and positivity. You're like, it's okay, friend. I know you're hurt. You're allowed to feel that way, but you'll eventually come around to the light, and just be out there doing your thing. I think that makes like the more you can raise that, the more you can be healthier, outside, spreading love and positivity, successful, like all these things, the more happy you'll feel. And you'll be like, wow, this religion thing is really real. And I think it is. I think it is because you make it real. It's like one of those things where it's like, religion is real because you believe it, and the more you believe it, the more it becomes real, and it's like this upward spiral where you're like, whoa, I believe it even more now than ever, and then more good stuff happens. I believe it even more now than ever, and it's like an upward spiral. We all know downward spirals, right? We all believe that you can get yourself in a downward spiral by making one bad decision after another bad decision. Now you're, fired from your work. Now your relationship, they broke up with you, and you can like spiral down, right? You can also spiral up. And I think part of that is by doing the steps. I feel like they're doing positive steps. They're curating their environment, right? So much of success in life is curating your environment and building the daily habits within it. Almost any area in life, it's about creating the right environment and then your daily routine. And you can become so successful at anything. Like random example, gardening. If you create the right environment and then create the daily steps, watering the plants, doing what, trimming them, whatever you need to do, you're successful, right? Create the right environment, do the daily tasks, successful garden. Same thing with your career, same thing with your love life. You create a nice home environment where they can come home. You're excited. You meet them at the door. Hey, how's it? Oh, how's your day? And stuff like that. You create good daily tasks. Maybe you bring them a cup of tea in the morning, a cup of coffee. You guys have a good daily routine of sitting down together for dinner and talking about your day and respecting each other. You have a good routine of going to church together. Whatever your routine is you built within this environment will really determine how successful your relationship is. So in so many ways, I think like this person is creating a good environment and doing the right daily. They said, I'm starting to pray. I'm starting to read the Bible. I even went to church. And like these are like daily things, little routines they're adding in their week. And your routines will 100% dictate your happiness and your success. If you just, it's not about you and me, it's about our routines. You start treating your body like a temple, working out, eating healthy. You start um, taking your passion more seriously. I'm an artist, so I start doing daily routines where I'm making art, uploading my art, sharing my art. Same thing with the relationship. Like, you build these daily routines, and you get so successful by doing that. And this person is starting to feel a little success, and they're like, "This is amazing. This real? Is this real? I'm doing what God wants, and everything is getting better. Like, it is real. It's amazing for all of us, and I really wish that all of us could experience high levels of what they're experiencing right now. This is not an insult, but they're at like level one, feeling good because they're going down the right journey, they're doing the right steps, they're building the right routine. And I want us all to get to level 10 of this, where our routine is so amazing. We have an amazing relationship with God. We have amazing relationship with our family and friends. We have successful, exciting, passionate careers that are spreading love and positivity. We are treating our body amazingly, only putting the best foods in it and treating it like it's an amazing gift and using it every day in exciting, fun ways. And just continually doing that every day over and over again. It's not super complicated. It's an application issue. And one, like, they knew what to do. They just weren't applying it. I bet they knew years ago that they should be starting to pray, starting to read the Bible, even going to church and stuff like that. And now that they're actually applying it, they're having so much success. And I wish so much success for all of you. And we can do this together. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a blessed day today. I'll see you next time. Peace.